Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Pastor Cord here. We're spending some time walking through the Gospel of Matthew and find ourselves right at the very end of chapter 9. You heard Joe last week talk about the compassion that Jesus felt for the people that he came into contact with. I mean, it's the compassion that Jesus had that drove all the things that he did for those folks. And it took being with those people, right? The compassion wasn't something that Jesus had, and then he went and saw the people. Scripture tells us that when Jesus saw the crowd, he had compassion on them. It's not possible to be compassionate toward people that you have no contact with, right? It just becomes an academic pursuit. And the struggle with most Christians' faith is that it's academic in its pursuit. It's coming to church. It's sitting in a worship service. It's having a job on the staff. It's academic in its pursuit. But it's not until you actually get into the ditch with the person that's been robbed, they can actually have any compassion. And so just a great reminder last week that compassion isn't something that is created within yourself. It's driven by something you see. And Jesus saw the crowd and had compassion. And so at the end of chapter 9, Jesus takes that situation and he asks us to do one thing. He says, pray therefore the Lord of the harvest, right, to send workers into the field, because the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. That's the business we're in, right? The business we're in is getting laborers into the harvest field, not to get people to come to church and not to get people jobs on staff. The purpose is to get people into the harvest field, right? To get them into those places where they can see the people and they can have compassion. At times, it feels like we're losing the fight because we don't have enough people working for us. And so I guess my hope today is twofold. One, that you would do exactly what Jesus said. You'd begin to pray that God would send laborers into the harvest field. There are people who serve Jesus across the globe everywhere, and there's other people who love Jesus and have yet to get into the game. And so I just want to encourage you to pray for those folks to get off the bench and into the game and actually get into the harvest field, right? It's a difference between getting into a church service than getting into the harvest field. The harvest field is where the souls of people are at, where they live and they breathe and where they deal with life. And so pray that God would send those people in there. And if God's tugging on your heart because somebody's praying for you to get into the field, then my other hope is that you would do just that. Get off the bench and find a place to serve. And if you don't know how to do that, man, contact your church, contact your pastor, contact us here at Tomoka. We would love to be able to help you get into that harvest field. There's not a person around that doesn't see how difficult life has become and how challenging it is. There's work to be done, and that's exactly why God put us here, to get that work done. And so I'm praying that you become a part of that. So next time we get together, we'll get on to chapter 10 and see what Jesus is up to. Listen, God bless you, and have a great day.